This black screen has been added to the original film to provide time for these 30-second introductory notes for descriptive video users. This film has two general conventions. The first are handheld by the filmmaker, holding her cell phone or a small camera. The second is a series of natural landscapes, many of them slowly time-lapsed. At the beginning of the film, and punctuating several chapters throughout, a black screen with white words appears and is read by a narrator.
Manaajiidiwin, they respect each other.
Old are the chants of the ancient ones. They now echo back from the boundaries of the universe. Traditional teacher, Dr. Isaac Day. To the eastern direction. Help me with my feelings.
Jawinjige, walking with a good heart.
Yeah.
Daytime. Above view of shallow snow atop brown grass. A person adjusts their snowshoes. We swing around. A female presenting person smiles broadly, a field of shallow snow behind her. Again, an above view of snowshoes. The woman takes small steps. Her long black hair blows into view and obscures some of the image. She uses a walking stick. She wears tan-colored moccasins in the snowshoes and wears a royal blue skirt. The bottom of her skirt is adorned with a band of 7 ribbons: yellow, red, black, white, green, blue, and purple. Still from above, the snow is tamped down with snowshoe prints. She passes patches of dry grass. It is sunny, and her shadow is visible as she continually makes her way forward. Night. A bright full moon glows through wispy clouds, tinged in white and orange hues. Darkness. A stream of orangey light breaks through the forest canopy. The top of a tree is dimly illuminated. The rest of the tree is in shadow. Smoke from an unseen fire rises. The smoke continually rises in the dim forest.
I was conceived and born in the darkness. My life force has been greatly influenced by the intergenerational trauma of being a first-generation born Canadian of Chinese Colombian descent. Both my mother and father survivors of war and genocide, indigenous peoples of the eastern and southern directions. The intention and place of my being in this place called Turtle Island, tainted by trauma and violence. I've always found it hard to truly belong. I look native, I am indigenous, but not to Turtle Island. I'm not First Nations, Métis, or Inuit. I was raised as a Canadian of immigrant parents, then taken and raised in Hong Kong from the age of 8 until I returned at the age of 16. By my 17th birthday, I would be in a locked psychiatric ward with fresh cuts on my arm and a group home waiting for me on the other side of the door. I was discharged from the group home at 19 and a half. An unprepared virgin with no one and very little to call my own. I thought I could hack it. After all, I'd raised myself since I was 5, and I parented my own parents. How hard could it really be? Alone in the world and haunted by my own horrific childhood, I spent my 20th birthday as sex worker hustling the Lava Life phone lines for clients. I went from a gullible kid virgin from care to a jaded whore almost overnight. I existed in this vacuum of the street life, suffocating in the darkness and the seemingly endless and hopeless dehumanizing corner grave.
The smoke gets thicker.
I was in a dark place, waking every day after the sun set, then drinking and drugging my way through the night on the corner, hoping to make enough to continue numbing myself till dawn, where I would fall asleep and do it all again.
A low orange and yellow sun hovers over clouds behind a small, snow-covered hill with grasses and shrubs that blow gently in the breeze. The low sun continually shines over the low, snowy hill.
I didn't like waking up sober. This distinct awareness and sensation of the darkness spreading from within and all around us. Life on the streets was hard and harsh. So like a tornado, I was a vortex of hard, harsh darkness. Part death wish, part hopeless, a lot of rage, and all self-sadist. As the stormy wind and raindrops lash at my skin, I can see myself fighting the elements themselves, telling them to do their worst. Punching at the air, wind, and raindrops in futility. The tears streaming down my face, no different than the raindrops lashing my face like tiny paper cuts.
The sun gets smaller as it slowly sets.
A purity in journey sets in when you are built of rage and have trained it to lash out against yourself, telling yourself it's better you suffer than others. Like a tornado, I decimated everything and everyone in my path, most of all myself. Several years into my death race with time, determined that I would never see 30, I found myself at Six Nations in Isaac and Deb's backyard.
The breeze picks up slightly.
No idea what or where I was. One part of me wanted to sigh and take in the forest and nature and relax into the moment, but most of me was all coiled CPTSD, watch your back energy. That fateful day was the first moment of the rest of my life. I showed up to Isaac's lodge a mess without emotions, without community, without hope, without love, and most of all, not a lot of kindness. A tornado of darkness bundled in this compact little chubby package of confusion and rage. Now, many years later, having lived this life, now 20 plus years, I think of how I feel when I close my eyes and hear the opening of the tarps in between rounds. How the smoke swirls in the entrance, showing you the pathways of the wind and smudge intermingling. I think of how the heat emanating off the grandpa